this morning. We are glad that you are still watching Church of Uganda Family TV. My name is Nowamani, here to take you through the topics that are trending, especially security-wise, since it's a Friday. But remember that we always have different topics during the week, things like economy, things like social economic development, but also community improvement and making sure that sustainable development goals are achieved by 2030 as per the National Development Plan 2023. Now, of course, we would like to also remind you that Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe is our sponsor, and they do have a lot of luxurious services that you ought not to miss. They do have accommodation in case you want to take off time and go for a simple vacation in the country. It's also possible. It's not only outside the country that you can go and relax, even here in Uganda, because it is located right in the heart of Entebbe, and they do have gym services and a spa and a swimming pool to keep you in shape and keep you fit and healthy. Also, they host parties, events and weddings, including all kinds of meetings you can think about. And also they do have very big gardens where you can throw your parties. Like I said, they have a dining with different cuisines and dishes from Uganda, Africa, but also continent, but also worldwide. So you can check them out on social media at Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe, or call the numbers on your screen for reservations. Now, today we have an interesting topic. Remember that the exams for the P7 leavers who did their exams last year were released yesterday by the First Lady, who also doubles as the Minister for Education and Sport, Honorable Kataha Museveni. And of course, we saw that this time around, very many people failed and they were ungraded. They came out with the grade U, what they call U failure. I don't know why they call it that, because it's kind of discouraging for our kids. But also, in the same measure, people really passed highly. So it is, the divide was okay. People really passed highly. Division 1 had over 8,600 people. Very, very many students passed. But also, we should remember that the Honorable Janet Kataha said that if your child failed, it does not mean that you now abandon them and start to shout at them and throw them around and treat them like they are nothing. You can always give them another chance, and they will, trust me, they will come out better, just like we were told in Good Morning Family. But to get to the discussion today, I have Afande Immaculate Alaso, CLO Kampala Metropolitan North, to take us through this discussion on, of course, the children and how they are about to go back to school, their grades, but also most especially their safety. But first, we welcome her, and then we get to the discussion. You're very welcome to studio.
Thank you, moderator.
Once again.
Thank you, moderator. Thank you, Carol. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I'm seeing you for the first time this year.
Yeah.
I'm SP Alaso Immaculate Emily. I am the regional community liaison officer. That is KMP North. KMP North consists of 7 divisions.
Okay.
That is, we have Old Kampala, we have Wandegea, we have Kawempe, Wakiso, Kasangati, we have Kakiri, and Nansana. And we bring you warm greetings.
That is beautiful. How is Kampala Metropolitan North doing generally in this new year? Are we seeing everything okay there? And security-wise, what is the situation?
The situation is under control. I would say the situation is normal and calm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Being the month where people are going to go back to school, we expect schools to be, open, and parents to start the plans to take back their children to school. But I would like to start with the Honorable Janet Museveni's remarks when she said parents should not disown their children just because they have not met the grades that will enable them maybe to get the best positions in Senior 1. Some of them are even going to repeat their class because of the marks they got. Do you agree with the Honorable Kataha Museveni?
I totally agree with her. It's not the end of the road. These are our children, and it's our role. It's still our role. We have to play it. We have to support them. Actually, this is the time they need most of our support. We need to encourage them, and they still have a big future ahead of them. That should not discourage them. It's not the end of the road. Yeah, I agree with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you had maybe a daughter and you had expectations, very high expectations of this daughter of yours, and you know she's at school reading, and then the reports come out at the end where her and her friends and the whole community at large sat the same exam, but she came out and she had performed poorly in all the subjects, because there's this lady, a celebrity lady, a young girl in P7, and she got 33 aggregates, and people are scorning her because they're saying she's wasting time on social media. If it was your child, how would you handle the situation? If a parent out there is facing that kind of situation, how would they go about it?
Like I said, one, to me, it is not the end of the road for this child. This child needs us the most. I would sit that child down. I would encourage her. I would support her emotionally, financially. I would take her to school. Talk. By the way, by the time your child fails, one thing we should put in our mind is, did we give that child our support, enough support? What caused the failure of that child? Did the teachers put in enough effort? Where did the problem come from? So what I think is, it's good to sit that child down, counsel the child, help the child, support the child, talk to the teachers. That child can still perform. There could be a problem behind the failure. So it's better to give a child a second chance.
Okay, one of the things we know about school is that it keeps our children safe. But we are seeing high numbers of people are funded these days, high numbers of pupils, that young ones, they want to drop out of school. Someone recently called in on a radio show and said, I want you to help, told the presenters, I want you to help me call my parents and tell them I'm tired of school, I don't want to go back. What is causing this generation to get tired of school so fast, even before they go far? Imagine a 14-year-old calling a radio station and being serious about it and saying, I want you to help me call my parents and tell them I'm tired of school. What is causing this, and how exactly can we encourage these students to stay in school, to show them that school is important for them, for their future, and who they are going to become tomorrow?
Thank you. Yeah, it's a serious case. It's a serious situation around. It has happened and it is happening, and I'm not surprised. But one thing we should know is, bringing up a child is our collective effort. It takes collective efforts from the parents, the school, and the community. These days, parents don't give in enough time for their children. They're very busy making money outside there. They're looking for money. They don't give time to their children. They don't know what they eat. They don't know where they sleep. They don't know what they watch. They don't know where they move, the friends, which is so bad. Our children today are being taken up by these peer groups, and they want to follow what the other ones are doing, which is wrong. The best way to overcome this, the best way to handle that situation, is to sit that girl down. It is to talk to her, counsel her. Don't get tired. These kids or these children, we counsel them today. Tomorrow they will go out there, they hear a different thing, and they would want to what? To divert. But don't get tired. Continue counseling them, continue talking to them, continue. And these days, by the way, parents have given up going to churches, taking their children to churches. They don't know that when they're in the church, children are taught good morals. Children are taught to grow upright in a godly way, which will help us fight a lot of vices out there that could divert your child. So we need to put in more effort to help our children out. Yeah. Okay,
as we get to reflecting the peace and security in Uganda, particularly for schools which are about to open, what are some of those tips that you can give to the child? Before we get to the tips you can give to the school and the parent, the child, which to keep them safe at school, what are some of those tips they should go away with?
Carol, before I go there, I would like to congratulate the children and the schools that excelled in the PLOE examinations, and I would also like to appreciate the parents for their endless effort, and the struggle still continues. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Like you've said, I'm here to discuss the safety of our children now that they are going back to school. They have been with us. It was a long holidays. So I'm here to discuss their safety at school, and then a safe environment for our children at school. Yeah. And before we go far, I remember when we talk about safety, it cuts across. This is a joint responsibility of for us, the law enforcement officers, because for you, you've left security to us as law enforcement officers, but it also cuts across. We have the administrators, the directors, the head of schools, we have the school community, we have, the school. So they also play a role for the safety of the children. So I'm here to remind you of the guideline from the Ministry of Education. Please, we should take it on a serious note, and the schools should strictly adhere to it, because there are guidelines that were given, and this is to see that our children are out of danger of certain situations that were on. You remember towards the end of the year, the closure of the year last term, we had a lot of issues. We had increased cases of fire outbreaks, and inspections were done in many schools. Recommendations were done, and we hope that the schools have done something about it. There was also an increase in food poisoning. That is another wave of terrorism that is coming in, and there is a lot, and we need to see that we fight that this year.
Okay.
We pray for a safe first term, and not only this term, we are looking at the whole year, things to be better than last term. So the IGP came out to remind all administrators, educators on their legal responsibilities as far as security is concerned, together, of course, with the guideline from the Ministry of Education. We are here also to remind the parents of the safety of their children during this time when schools are opening. There is a lot of conmen out there, and they target both students, they target parents at the banks. That one is not it's a common thing, it's a common practice, especially those ones on the queue. You're going to pay your money, somebody pretends to come and help you to help you pay the money faster, to cut the queue. So we entrust them with our money. At the end of it, you defraud. We have, of course, the fraudsters. Parents, we are all going to play a role of seeing that our children go to school safely. We need to monitor and find out if they have reached school. These children take advantage of you not escorting them.
Yeah.
They reach on their way, they go to their boyfriends. Some of them even use the fees. You give them the school fees to go and pay. They stop along the way. They go and visit boyfriends, do funny things. You get uniforms in the lodges. You get bags. You get students in the lodges. So to avoid all this, we are encouraging you parents. We are calling upon you. Take time, give time to your children. Escort them up to school. Confirm that they have reached school safely. So the other thing is, in the guideline, if I can remind the schools, the guideline from the Ministry of Education, they talked about the burglar proof to be removed, and we are going to make a follow-up. As a security team, we are not going to sleep about this, because this is a danger to our children out there. And it is our mandate to see that we protect life and properties. So we are going to take this on a serious note. They talked about, I remember they talked about triple deckers to be reduced to 2 and spaces created. All that we are going to make a follow-up. I know it is the role of inspection team that will move around, but we shall also make our move and see that the guideline is being followed for the safety of our children.
Okay.
Towards the closing of the term last year, there was a new wave of poisoning. To me, it is a wave of a terror threat to us. The powerhouse have to be restricted, have to be protected. Where our children's food are being prepared, we needs to be really protected. Our children are under your mercy when they're out of our hands. So we are calling upon the teachers again. We are recommending them to help us. We are calling upon them to help us in this. We can't be everywhere, we are few. And also the school administrators should keep contact of their territorial police unit, closer to them, so that in case of any security situation, please keep in touch with us. Give us feedbacks. Use us. You know, one thing I've realized with most schools, towards the closure, we moved in some 5 schools. Yeah, we moved in those schools. We're requesting for time to give us some time to go and sensitize the children. But to our surprise, most of the schools are too busy for us as community liaison officers. We normally create time for them, but they are too busy for us. They don't know if they create that time, if we sensitize the school children, it will create a lot of impact. It creates awareness. It will avert a problem that would be a danger to the school. We are also looking at a safe environment for our children at school, and this is so serious. With this, we are trying to see that the uprising circumstances like demonstrations, strikes, homosexuality, we have drugs at school. We are looking at food poisoning, sexual harassment, a lot. We are looking at a lot is averted, and this is through collective effort still. With this, we need the administrators, school administrators, law enforcement officers, we need student leaders, we need of course, the teachers on board to see that we can fight this. Because you know the effect of all that. Yes.
Okay. All right. I would like to start with the triple deckers issue. Now, this is a directive. How is it going to be put in place? Or if you found a school that has not followed the guidelines, in case you're checking, because the schools are very many, like you said, and the officers might be few in number. But in case some people want to overlook that directive, what are the consequences they are facing? Because I think we need serious consequences so that people can adhere to what the leaders want them to do in order to protect the school communities.
As a law enforcement officers, we shall play our roles. The guideline have to be followed. It is a must. They have to be followed, or they stand a chance of being closed.
Okay.
So it is a serious issue.
Okay.
Yeah, for us it is to implement. And we shall implement, because we are looking at the safety of our innocent children out there. Yeah. Okay.
And then moving on to, there's an issue where children or school-going students, they eat whatever they find. Someone can come and just give them something to eat and they accept it. One, because they are used to maybe posho and beans, so someone has brought a biscuit and they feel like they have to eat it. Yet, this is where wrongdoers come in and start to affect the children negatively. Any advice towards that?
Yes, thank you. Like I started by saying that security is a joint responsibility. Parents, you have to talk to your children. In most cases, parents think that when the children are going back to school, they are offloading. But I am telling you, you're not offloading, because if you don't talk to your child, if you don't encourage your child, if you don't guide your child on the do's and don'ts, like for this case, talking to strangers, taking foods from offered to them by the strangers, lifts. Of course, those small offers by the strangers, you will be putting them in a bad position or a danger. So parents, let's talk to our children. It is our responsibilities. We are not offloading. Because if you think you're offloading and tomorrow your children go to school, they will still carry the vice to school, and tomorrow they are expelled. So you will not have helped the child. So it is all about talking to the children, talking and talking and talking, guiding them. We shouldn't get tired. And then at school, this one is to the boarding schools. It is the role of the administrators. They should try to control foods entering the school. Through the gates, through the matrons, they should caution them. They need to be trained. The matrons need to be trained. They need to be cautioned. The gate man, the security guards, they all need to be cautioned. Because this is going to pose a very big danger, not only to the child, but the school. The school will be answerable. So what you need to do is to, one, I talked about protecting the powerhouse, and that is not enough. The canteen, who is controlling the canteen that sells these foods to our children? I believe it was one person assigned to do that. That person also needs to be cautioned. The teachers who move out, some of the teachers come out of the school quarters. They also need to be cautioned. Please, for the sake of your school, take caution. Remember to talk to your staff. Remember to talk to your children. They are now your children. When we give them to you, they become your children. Yeah. So make contacts with the parents of the children. Have their contacts, their emergency contacts. And the parents also, you have a responsibility of teaching your children some contact information that is so vital, especially the young ones, the pupils. Teach them at least to know their names. They should know their names. They should they should know your contact numbers, the emergency numbers, at least the address, something. In case they are lost, we can we can pick them and trace their family.
Okay.
That also helps a lot. Then the other thing is also, apart from knowing them, there is this thing, the GPS devices. If you can afford, you can connect it to their phones or some other item so that we can trace them in case of anything. And then there is again some serious issue. When children are going back to school, parents don't take time to check what they're carrying to school. They leave it to the teachers. Yes, true. The other side, they also do the checking. But remember, these children come at once. They report on the same day. There are very many. And sometimes, of course, they will beat the security of the other side and something is taken in. So it is also our responsibilities at home, parents. Before our children leave the house, check their bags. Check them. Do the search. It is for your own good. Your child might carry out, these days children are carrying drugs, alcohol, knives, dangerous objects at school. Just imagine you've paid your school fees. You fully paid the school fees. You send your child to school and the child is expelled after being got with those items. What will happen? How will you feel? So that is your responsibility. Please try your best. Then I believe during these long holidays you had enough time with your children. Please, if you've not, create these remaining days. Sit your child down, counsel your child, talk to your child. Even when you're checking their properties, there are things like very expensive items that children carry at school, which is not necessary. And that one will lure others into committing a crime of theft. Leave alone that. Unnecessary money, cash. Eh? Parents these days give children a lot of cash. So they'll feel like, what am I working for if I can get? Let them learn to work for themselves. Not that should provide everything to them. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, my next question, you answered it in there, because I was going to ask you, there are these parents who send boda boda to pick their children, just, without caring who the boda boda is. And we had, I think, 2 missing children last year. And I don't know up to now if they were ever found because of that kind of thing. Do you have anything to add on that?
Now, what I can say about that, before you entrust a boda boda with your child, parents, learn to love your child. I know you love them, but think about them. Think about their safety. By the time you call a boda boda, you don't know. Think about the safety of the child. I remember there's a case that was registered. I think that is what you're talking about. A child of 5 years. The man was using the child, picks the child, takes the child to his home, uses the child, takes the child, dumps at school. The child reaches school, is all crying. The teachers got concerned. So the teachers tried to ask the girl, because the man had threatened her. She could not give the real story. Not until it was, I think, too much. The child had to speak out. The mother was called and they told him what happened. So the mother also worked out with the teacher and the authorities around. Of course, the man was arrested. But before that reaches, what have you put in place? What have you put in place? Get somebody you trust. If you don't have time, get somebody you trust. Get the details of the person. Once in a while, move with that person, with the child. Once in a while, sit that child and try to ask the child question. Ask the child how the day has been, how they move with that man at school. See the child, if the child is in a good mental health, if the child is not tormented. You know, with children, once they are tormented, once they are harassed, you can tell.
Yeah,
you can tell.
Very true.
Yeah.
So on that still, remember that some parents are very scared, or they are afraid of talking to their children regarding sex education. They don't want to reach there, and we are facing a challenge because now especially the girl child, she goes to school without knowing. She doesn't know. So what the community teaches her is what she will go with in her brain. How exactly can we mitigate that issue?
Yeah. It has happened. We've received reports on that. Parents, if you don't play your role, somebody out there will play that role in a wrong way, and you will be the one to suffer it up. These days we have to talk about everything. We have to talk to these children. Even a young child of 5 years these days, we talk to them. If you think you're hiding, you're just killing this child innocently. I remember one time a neighbor's kid came to me. We were just playing around the compound. Then the child came and told me, Mommy, Thomas has touched my chuchu. So, yeah. So will you leave that child like that? Won't you talk to that? You start from there. Tell her, no. What he did is wrong. He's not supposed to touch your private parts. He's not supposed to do this and this. Talk to your children. There's nothing we are going to hide. Things are now happening. Things are happening. So if you don't talk to them, it's up to you. You will regret it. We need to talk to these children. Sit them down. Yeah. Okay, and before we cross to a short break, I'd like to end with the recent issue of a teacher who defiled a 15-year-old recently, and how police is handling such issues to make sure those bad tomatoes get out of the community or are rehabilitated. Maybe anything that police is doing to handle such cases. Okay. You know, to me, the issue that happened, that scenario, it was trending. It cuts across. The parents of the girl, what you did was not bad, but exposing your daughter wasn't good. That issue could have been handled in a better manner than that. It was too bad. We wouldn't wish that to happen to any of our daughters. These are people we entrust with our children. So for us as a law enforcement officers, we did our part. The man was arrested and he will answer the charges. There is no shortcut about that.
Okay.
We are doing our part. But also parents, let's not give gaps to our children. Let's talk to them. Yeah, I'm happy that the parent of the girls played their roles. Yeah, they created time to monitor, to know what the girl discusses, what the girl does, the friends of the girl, and that is how they came up with that, and they safeguarded the girl at the last. Yeah, we appreciate that, and we urge all other parents to do the same.
Okay. Thank you so much, Afande Immaculate Alaso, Superintendent of Police, CLO, KMP North. We are still having this discussion, but we're going to go for a short break and return shortly. We are powered by Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Don't go away.
Issues at hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
This is Church of Uganda Family TV, enriching lives. This is Church of Uganda Family TV, enriching lives. Issues at hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
It is the 26th day of January 2024, and of course this is the day that the NRM, or the ruling government, celebrates their Liberation Day. Now of course the celebrations are ongoing in Jinja. It has already started, and of course we shall be bringing you the news at 8 p.m. this evening. You ought not to miss, and we congratulate the NRM government for, of course, making 38 years having restored peace and security in the country. Of course, moving on to my discussion with our guest today, Superintendent of Police Immaculate Alaso, the CLO KMP North, Kampala Metropolitan North, and we are talking about the safety of children as schools prepare to open this month, and also later this month, and also next month at the beginning. So the issues we had looked at include defilement. They include the students being encouraged to sleep on 2 decas rather than 3 for safety reasons, but also of course sensitization when it comes to some of these issues. What has police got to say to the children community? And that is exactly where I'm going to start the discussion. If there is a school headmaster out there, head teacher or deputy that is watching this show, should they be comfortable to contact police to come and sensitize their children at school? Because it's like some schools do not know that actually police can come in and talk to these children about their safety.
Thank you, moderator. I'm happy to hear that. To me, that is one of it's the best question from you.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
We have our sensitization programs, and we really love to reach all schools if we can. So, and we are proud if a teacher comes up, if a head of school comes up to us requesting for that program. It is there, it is free of charge. In most cases, we make initiatives to move to all these schools to request for a time schedule for us to interact with our children, to sensitize them, to teach them some drills, these fire drills. A lot. We discuss a lot with them. We teach them a lot. We guide them. We sensitize them. We counsel them. It is so nice being with children out there because these are our own. So the schools that are willing, the schools that feel they need our services, please reach out to us. Reach out to us. We have the community liaison officers. We have many of them, and they are ready to give a service out there.
Okay.
So just reach out to us. Your nearest police station will always be of help to you. Yeah.
Thank you. In there you mentioned safety of schools in terms of getting burnt. We've seen certain scenarios where schools come up with fires, and people are wondering, how did this fire come about? What do you have to say about those?
Yeah, like I said, towards the closure of the school, it became a threat. It was there was a lot of fire outbreaks, not only in schools but other installations, other institutions and markets and everywhere, homes. Yeah, but in schools, this one I will not be so specific. Like I said, we should check what our children carry to school. Most of these children carry things that are a fire hazard to us, like they carry cigarettes. Some of them smoke. They carry lighters, matchboxes. They carry some selective electric gadgets that also are a danger to us. And at times they beat the security of the school and they sneak it. Sometimes it also comes as a result of, it can be caused by any student at school out of annoyance. I've been expelled, I've been harassed, I've been done this, I also want to pay back. And now with this, I want to caution all the school administrators out there. Make sure you caution your matrons. There is this tendency of our children, or a child remaining in the dormitory without your knowledge. And this child can do anything harmful to the rest.
When others are in class.
When others are in class. What is that child doing in the dormitory? We have sick bays. If the child is sick, let the child be the other side. Yeah. So at times it is even the teachers. When a teacher is expelled, the teacher is not paid, the teacher has his personal grievances with the school administrators. So he's also capable of doing that. And the other thing is, what we should know, the school has people who are targeting it, not only internal, but even external. You have competitors. So it cuts across. This issue of fire, we can't really be specific. It can be internal, it can be external. So we only need to be so vigilant, we need to be so conscious, we need to play our roles, our safety precautional roles, so that we shall be safe.
Okay. So, and then the issue of bullying. We have many schools that call it a culture, that one must be bullied immediately they step in senior 1 or senior 5, and they even have specific bullying systems. You come and they tell you to dance with a pillow. Very, very funny stuff. Anything to say about bullying that has become a problem in the schools?
Yeah, it is a big problem in many schools, and it is an intolerable offense. So still, I will encourage the parents, before our children leave home to return back to school, let's talk to them. Let's talk to them about the danger of bullying. Let's talk to them about the effect that it will cause. And then when it goes back to school, we also call upon our teachers out there, our directors, our administrators, to be vigilant enough to talk to their children, to guide them, to tell them the do's and don'ts of the school. In case of that, in case of the bullying at school, please don't tolerate it. Don't tolerate it. If it needs the intervention of the law enforcement officers, we are here, because you shouldn't get a problem as a school because of only one individual. So we shall be of help. We are ready to provide services, security to you people, but we also call upon you to mind about your personal security and the security of our children.
As we wrap up, there is an issue where parents, especially those that come from rural areas, entrust their children with other people to help them take them to school, since for them maybe they are farmers and they are busy on the farm making the money to support these children. And then they also give these people school fees to help them deliver to school. And these said people, mediators, they end up eating the money and using the money. And parents are crying out because they are being scammed day in, day out. Anything to say about that?
It is a serious issue. But as parents, what I would like to say is, don't be so busy for your children. Please try. It's not about money. It is not about what. When it comes to taking a child to school, why can't you give in that day? Unless you're sick, give in that day. Talk to your boss out there. Talk to them. They are also parents. You shouldn't entrust anyone with your money, the school fees, and even your child. This person can be a threat to your child. Before they reach school, if it's a girl child, if it's a male, he can even use your daughter. He can divert that money. And remember, it is a hard-paid money that you got through a lot of effort. It is not easy. But what are we putting in place? What security measures are you putting in place? By the time you call that person, don't you think that person also has his own problems? So create time for your children. Create time for your children. Yeah.
Okay, and of course, if we look at the situation right now in the country, are we ready for school opening? Is everything okay security-wise, according to what police has on table? Are we now set to say now, okay, it's safe for schools to open as we wrap up?
Yeah, people are busy. There's a lot of excitement. People are going back to school. Parents are also happy. We are offloading a problem. Yes. And security-wise, for us, we are all at all time. We are ready. We are there. We are on the ground. These schools have been inspected. The beauty of it, the schools have been inspected. Ours is to supervise, to make a follow-up, to see that the recommendations that were made for those schools, there are some schools that were highlighted. We are going to make a follow-up to see that they implement it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we are working closely with schools. We also want the best. You remember, much as we are law enforcement officers, we also have children.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are in those same schools. So we also have to see that our children are safe out there. So for us, we are on the ground. There's no question about that.
Okay.
We shall play our mandate.
Okay. And lastly, there are schools that are not registered with the Ministry of Education, but they are up and running. Is there any plan by the security forces to curb these schools and make sure they go through the right channels of operation? Because there's a reason why maybe they don't have the documents. Either they're doing something wrong or something is not right. Any plans for that?
Carol, we should sensitize the people to bring that to our knowledge. You know, sometimes we don't have knowledge of that, but of course, when we get the information, we act. Yeah, okay. We act, we do act. So it is illegal. If it is there, they're not registered, it is illegal. And the law will take its course. So if you're out there and you're operating, your school is not registered, no. You'll not survive it. Because we have informants on ground.
Yeah. They
will inform us and we shall do the needful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any last words to our viewers as we close the show?
I would just appreciate your services.
Thank you.
Family TV has always been there for us. They've created time for us. Not only time, they have given us their minutes. It shows that they love us, they love their nation. And I pray you continue like that this year. Okay. And I also want to congratulate still the candidates or the children who passed the PLOE. There's a lot of excitement there. As I speak today, I'm going somewhere to eat. Oh. If you don't mind, you'll enjoy me. You'll escort me. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. I wish you the best.
Are you happy about the Liberation Day?
I am very happy.
Okay.
Yeah, from here we are going to celebrate. Okay. It is our day. We have to celebrate the day together.
Very true.
Yeah, I'm on duty, but still, for us, we don't have public holidays.
True, just like us. Okay, thank you so much, Superintendent of Police Afande Immaculate Alaso, for giving us your time, but also to the entire Uganda Police Force. We really do appreciate your work on ground. My name is Carol. Thank you so much for being a part of Issues at Hand from where we started right up to now. Remember, there's still a string of programs that you should not miss out. Very interesting entertainment programs, spiritual programs that will help you nourish and enrich your soul and life. Don't go away from Church of Uganda Family TV. Our social media platforms at Church of Uganda Family TV, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, but also YouTube, where we were live, and you can go like, comment and share with a friend. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Issues at Hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.